Thank you for the opportunity to address the August House on the motion at hand. First and foremost, let me begin by commending the government for the borehole drilling programs and the support it offers to the rural clinics in my constituency in Makoni. But we see to it that there are three pressing challenges that are prevalent in Makoni South constituency. Firstly, water supply itself has brought by two distinct challenges. The first challenge is the existence of non-functional boreholes. This has led to a major struggle in search of water. We see to it that in areas such as Mabazua and Vengere, there are only two boreholes, which are actually non-functional due to lack of maintenance and spare parts. Moving on, the second challenge is infrequent water supply. We see to it that again, in the areas with existing piped infrastructure, water is not being supplied regularly. So as a result, households go days and days without water, and it results in children being sent to fetch water. It is also with great sorrow that I actually report that a child drowned in a well earlier this year in Rusape. Lastly, sanitization in schools in my district, in my constituency, is being compromised due to water shortages. Now, we see to it that due to the absence of resources and reliable water facilities, many schools in Makoni district have resorted to the use of Blair toilets. Now, these Blair toilets, these facilities present serious health and safety risks as they have lack of hand washing facilities, and children are at the risks of actually falling into these Blair toilets. Moving on, our female learners are actually disproportionately affected as the absence of water and the absence of sanitary materials has led to these girls actually using cloth. Therefore, this comprises of their dignity.
Order. Honorable member, please wind up your debate.
Yes, sir. Proceeding, henceforth, I propose that the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Public Works installs water tanks in schools, distributes sanitary materials to all the girls each term, and facilitates the building of better toilets and the building of hand washing facilities in schools in Makoni South constituency. Furthermore, I propose that the government budgeting processes should integrate wash facilities, and all projects done should actually be assessed on the development, on the catering that they do for all the children in my constituency. With this, I proudly propose. Thank you.
Move forward to responses by our honorable ministers, and the first respondent will be the Honorable Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Honorable Timoyo. And mindful of our time here, we'll be having 5-minute responses. Honorable Moyo.
Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, all protocol observed. I will give a few responses to the issues that have been raised by the junior parliamentarians. Your Excellency, Honorable Kudakwashe, representing Gutu Central constituents, has raised a very important issue regarding the supply of clean water in schools. Your Excellency, 75% of our schools in Zimbabwe, here I'm referring to both primary and secondary schools, you have running clean water. However, it is the 25% schools that do not have clean water. I want to applaud you, Your Excellency, for your astute leadership. Your Excellency, through a whole of government approach, through a whole of societal approach, you have allowed us to engage our partners, and also through your presidential drilling borehole scheme. The Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, supported by the Ministry of Agriculture, is seized with the task of ensuring that before the end of this year, all the remaining schools will have clean water, which will be running. Water is a basic human right which should be supplied to all our schools. And I want to applaud the government for the support that we are receiving in the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. The next request came from Honorable Muchenje, representing Muzarabani constituents. He has observed that there are unregistered schools that are operating in Muzarabani. Of the 8 private schools that are operating, only 2 are registered. The 6 schools that are not registered, Your Excellency, they are operating illegally. And at these schools, there is no running water. They also do not have enough squat holes. Your Excellency, you have allowed us to close all the schools that are operating without meeting the functionality standards, the operating standards, which are not being met. In the first place, these schools should not have been opened. They are operating illegally against the regulations governing the operation of schools. We have also received reports from the Member of Parliament for Bedridge East, who also said some of the schools do not have adequate toilets. Your Excellency, because of the tools that we have at our disposal, we are going to invoke SI 1 of 2000, which criminalizes all the directors of schools who are operating schools against requirements of government, and you will not hesitate to close those schools that are operating illegally, Your Excellency. Honorable Mchenji further mentioned the issue of connectivity, where he has made a clarion call for schools to be connected to Wi-Fi, and I'm happy to inform this august House that through the visionary leadership of our President, the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education has received 8,000 Starlink kits that we have already distributed to schools, Your Excellency. The Ministry of Energy and Power Development has promised the government that by December 31 this year, all the schools will be connected to solar power. This means that we have supplied Starlink kits to schools that are already connected to power. We have a total, Your Excellency, of 11,300 schools. And I want to inform this House that by December 2026, all our schools, regardless of location, will be connected to Wi-Fi. That is important, in line with the new curriculum, the heritage-based curriculum that the government has introduced. Your Excellency, we also got a request from Honorable Chanda, representing students with disabilities. The issue of inclusive education, Your Excellency, is something that we value as Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education as we endeavor to provide equitable, quality education that is inclusive. Every child is important, regardless of ability. We value the importance of ensuring that we provide toilets that are friendly in terms of ability or disability. These toilets should be accessed by any learner who uses wheelchair, or whether one has any kind of disability should have access to our classrooms, to our bathrooms, ablutions, and so on. So inclusive education is important in the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, and we have the resources to provide even lotion or glasses to those students who require them, students with disability, because disability does not mean inability. We have seen disabled students performing better than those who are able-bodied. So we are providing assistive devices in different kinds, in form of wheelchair, in form of glasses, and so on. We also got a request from Honorable Leona Nicole on where she wanted to inquire on a school feeding program. Your Excellency, Zimbabwe is a signatory of the School Meals Coalition, where as government we have made a commitment to supplying at least one hot meal a day per student. And you have deliberately supported us through the national budget, through the fiscus, where we procure food to supply to schools. In addition to that, we also have invested in the school business units where schools are supposed to produce food in their gardens, so that we empower them and they are able to provide at least one hot meal a day. Your Excellency, the last issue that I want to respond to is the issue of menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene, we as government, no student should fail to access the menstrual pads. We have a budget from the Ministry of Finance, where we buy and supply all our schools. We have decentralized the procurement exercise, where provincial offices, all of them, all the 10 provincial offices do procure sanitary ware for distribution to schools. I am aware there might have been some delays, Your Excellency, but it is the problem of our ministry in ensuring that we have to expedite the procurement exercise. But as a solution, the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education has now initiated the production of reusable pads. We want students to manufacture those reused pads in their schools, so that we capacitate them and empower them so they can manufacture menstrual pads which they would use in their schools. With those few remarks, I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, and Your Excellency. I submit. Thank you very much, Minister of Primary and Secondary Education.
Honorable Moyo.